Hi, Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm one of the volunteer coordinators for the film festival, and I'm driving Bruno to the Field of Dreams. I'm excited to show him.
Let's walk. Let's take a look. Dave, how many times have you seen the movie Field of Dreams?
Oh, 3 and counting. The most recently was just a couple of Christmases ago. Our daughter-in-law had seen the movie a couple of times, and then when she discovered that we live half an hour from there, we rented it and watched it all together, and then came out. This was in December, and bright sunny day, a little cool, but still just a wonderful trip out here. So it's a
I
great.
probably saw it 10 times. I mean, having to work on it, so...
Yes, yeah, okay. You've got a few more than me then.
But it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
My name's Craig Purcell, C-R-A-I-G P-U-R-C-E-L-L. I am the interim chief of staff at the Field of Dreams movie site.
Right. So you were mentioning that earlier that you've met with Len Robertson and
Well, I've met him online. We had a tour guest about 3 weeks ago that said she had done some costume work for him on a previous movie, and she said he doesn't always hear what's going on in Dyersville. Well, that needs to change.
Yeah.
So I quickly scribbled down my information, gave it to her, and he got a hold of me by email a couple of weeks ago saying that over the years people have sent him YouTube videos of their house tours, and he said there are some popular myths about the movie that he said he would like to address.
Yeah.
I mean, in a nice way, saying not all of our stuff was 100% accurate. I go, yeah, absolutely. We want to know that.
Of course.
So we had like a 1-hour Zoom with him, extremely nice gentleman, pointing out different things about the movie. And of course, I had asked him, we've got a display case in the house. Could you maybe sign a baseball or something we could display?
Yeah, good idea.
He said, oh, he goes, I have something for you. It's much better than a baseball or a DVD case.
What is it?
Yesterday, we got a photo of him standing on the site on the day he decided this is where they were going to film. The house hadn't been renovated. It was just a big cornfield and him, and he had signed it. So, yeah, I mean, that's a one-of-a-kind
And
case.
Kevin Costner, have you seen it here?
Kevin Costner was here in 2014 for the 25th anniversary celebration of the movie. He, Timothy Busfield, and Dwyer Brown sat down with Bob Costas, and they did a roundtable talk that you could still find very easily on YouTube.
All right. Ray Liotta?
Actually, he was never here.
No?
He never saw the movie.
Really?
There is a video that's available, the Colin Cowherd Show on ESPN. They were interviewing him and they were doing the lead in, one of the best baseball movies of all time, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so you got to tell me, Ray, I mean, as many times as you, and he said, oh, I've never seen it. He said he had his mother at a screening and she got sick, and it was about the time he was doing Goodfellas. She never recovered her health, so part of him still equated the movie with the beginning of his mother's downfall. He said he never saw the movie.
Anyway, thanks a lot.
Absolutely,
I can't wait
my pleasure.
To see the house and more stories. So it's great that you actually have
Also, you're doing the house tour?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the tour guide. So.
Oh, well, we'll follow you.
Yeah, I'm on tour duty today.
Yeah,
You'll be talking to me.
Good. All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
See you in a bit then. Thanks. You play baseball?
Not anymore.
Did you play?
Some, yeah. when I was in high school, but then going off to college.
But until we get there, just know that Don continued living here for another 24 years after the making of the movie. He had redecorated a few times to fit his own particular sense of style, and he eventually got married. And when he and Becky decided to retire from farming in 2011, of all the exotic places, baseball and softball diamonds for kids. Different size fields for different age groups. 5 of them are softball fields, 4 of them are for baseball. 2 will be grass, the rest of them turf. But the important point to stress, they're all at least 2/3 of a mile away from where we're at. Some much more. And what you can't tell from a one-dimensional drawing, if you look at the land when you go back out, look to deep right field. You'll see that that land is sloped. They took that slope into consideration, the height of mature corn and its peak.
Makes it real hard to keep the farm.
Karen is now standing in the corner of the formal dining room.
Daddy,
In a minute, Karen.
there's a man up there in your room.
Now Ray is going to get up, come walking through here, and you're going to see him pass everything you see over here behind you. Passes the stairs, and the bookshelf, to the window. Turns out his natural swing was right-handed. They did work him out as a left-hander, both left-handed and right-handed. They said the right side, that was a little cleaner, so they ended up, let's just go with that. Artistic license, it really doesn't impact the movie any negative. Also kept him on budget and on schedule. What you thought you saw as Boston in the movie.
Craig, it looks like from the fascinating visit, guided tour you gave us about the house, that you probably know the film by heart, sequence, minute, second, etc. So when did you start doing the tour, and how did you research? Where did you look for to find it?
We started the tour March 31st of 2017, and the previous owner, Denise Stillman, she had a sample script put together that she had worked up. She had done most of the research on her own, and it was more or less for pacing throughout the house. Okay, you've got 3 facts you can do in this room, a transition, 3 facts to this room, but it was never a memorize this script. It was just, these are ideas,
right.
Make it your own. So over the years, and I did the very first tour, you do find things that are more interesting to you personally that another tour guide might not even feature in their presentation. A big part of our research, we were lucky enough to speak with the director, Phil Alden Robinson, and find out some of the parts that we had been using that over the course of time had become a little distorted. So basically, could bring us back to script, and make it a better tour and more accurate for everybody that comes here.
Questions from the audience and the visitors. Did you have any surprising or I would say funny or what's the strangest question?
Eventually, you will hear just about everything once. And I always tell people there's one question that I refuse to answer, but there's a very important reason. The first year I was here, and normally when I do this, I'm wearing the full White Sox uniform. It's in for repair right now. But somebody had asked me, well, you should know, what do you think happens when the people disappear into the corn? And I thought quickly, well, I don't want to answer that, because if I'm perceived as an expert, whatever they hear from me, if it's different from your idea, I've just blown your fantasy. I won't do that with people. Instead, I said, well, what do you think happens? I think it's a portal to heaven. There you go. I didn't tell them right or wrong. I just, because whatever anybody's idea is, it's right for that person. And everybody's going to have their different ideas, and I am not going to blow it for anybody who might have a different view than mine.
Interesting. Thank you, Craig.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So much. I enjoyed it so much.